Liverpool outclassed by Everton in the Merseyside derby. 2-0 victory, courtesy of goals from Branthwaite and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who couldn't buy a goal really up until tonight. But what a man-of-the-match performance he put in. Liverpool, they do remain second, but City have 2 games in hand, are a point behind them. They now sit 3 points behind Arsenal with 4 games to go, and it was a poor night by Liverpool standards. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. They just weren't at the races, and it was so similar to the Man United game in many ways. Although they scored in that game, they were wasteful. Very similar to the Crystal Palace game, although they were maybe the better team in terms of possession and clear-cut opportunities and chances created. There is a lack of clinical edge, and you can always predict how good or bad a team is going to be in preseason. You can say how good they are throughout the campaign, but the very best teams at the top of the tree, they deliver at crunch time more often than not. And during this run-in, Liverpool have been nowhere near the standard. Remember, these are the individuals that had, as we said before, a 5-point gap at the top of the league table not too long ago. They now sit in a position where they're probably going to end up third in the league. And the Mo Salahs, the Darwin Núñezes, the Diazes, they are just not turning up. They are just not delivering at the right time for Liverpool Football Club. And listen, as a Man United fan, I'm happy about that for them. Obviously, this is another catastrophic day in front of goal. The other game, of course, we're covering tonight is Manchester United. I don't even know what happened in that game. It's probably, most probably our best performance in a while. But we still managed to concede. We still managed to concede 2 goals, one of which was another calamity from us at the back. But listen, an inspirational performance from Bruno Fernandes, scored from the spot, scored a screamer, and his assist to set up the goal that clinched it for Rasmus Højlund was absolutely out of this world. And Man United, look, the deserved winners by a country mile, dominated the ball, had the most shots. Foddington in goal for Sheffield United had an absolute outstanding game. And he really, really did. And I would say this, overall, I sort of feel I was quite happy with large parts of Man United's performance. We're still vulnerable when we get attacked, but we had more bodies in the midfield today. We moved the ball well. We created chances. I know we played the team that's bottom of the league table, and you would expect it, but we've struggled against everybody this year in one way, shape, or form. And we did concede one really bad goal with the Onana pass. They scored a pretty good goal. Still get annoyed at how much space there is for cutbacks at the edge of our box. But our overarching player was pretty happy with. I really was overall happy with the display tonight from Manchester United. So, look, as I say, happy with the win. Puts Man United into 6th in the table, into a European spot. Newcastle lost tonight. Puts us a good 6 points ahead of Chelsea. I don't want to be bottom of the pile. I don't want to be bottom of the pile with the top 6, as it were. And, we are officially in the top 6 as it stands right now. So, look, I'm happy that Man United got the W. Really, really happy with Bruno Fernandes's performance tonight. He's actually been, look at his last few games. You could look at it statistically. He has 7 goals in his last 5 games, but it's been the performances against Chelsea. His second half performance against Liverpool. He was excellent against Bournemouth. He was our best player against Coventry, and he was exceptionally good again today. And what I'm loving about Bruno, and this is where I'll credit Ten Hag at the same time. People might think this is an underhand compliment. He's put him back to playing off the striker. And as soon as Bruno Fernandes plays off the striker, this is what you get. A deadly player that scores and assists at a rate that is, by the way, for a midfielder, has never been seen before at Manchester United. One of the best goals to game ratios for a midfielder in world football. And I'm so glad that Ten Hag has put him back behind the striker where he needs to be. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. More on that a little bit later when we bring our panel out. But of course, we need to speak. We need to speak about the title race. Are Liverpool still in the title race? That's the first question I'm posing to you, the audience. Do you believe that Liverpool are still in this title race? That is the first question for you. Are they in it still? Mathematically, yes, they are. If Brighton beat Man City tomorrow night, and then City win their next game in hand, they're only 2 points off of them. They'd be 3 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal could lose to Spurs. So mathematically, they're still in this title race. And I know people say performances don't matter at this stage of the season. Results do. I agree with that. I agree with that very much. But it's the performances of their attackers that worries me the most. Darwin Núñez, awful. Diaz, wasteful. Mo Salah has... If you were an alien that came out of space and you watched Liverpool in this last 3 or 4 games and you said, oh, you know, by the way, Mo Salah is looked at as one of the best right wingers in the world, the aliens would zap you. They would turn you into powder. Dust. Dust is a better word. They'd think you were crazy. They would say how he has been absolutely horrendous. And then losing Jota to another injury, you add all that together, their goal scorers are not scoring enough goals. Jota out for a couple of weeks. For me, mathematically, Liverpool are in the title race, but they will not win the league from this position, in my humble opinion. I can't see it happening. I don't think it will happen. Of course, I want to get your views and I want to get your opinions on that. It's between Man City and Arsenal. City are, of course, the favourites. They have to drop at least 2 points for Arsenal to become the favourites or the front runners again. But for me, this defeat tonight, and look, people say it's a derby, anything can happen. This is the first derby win. I did hear the commentator say this. I haven't verified it myself. But this is the first derby win in 13 years for Everton. So the fact that Klopp's never lost one at Goodison Park in the 9 years that he has been here, it's been over a decade since Liverpool lost one. To lose it tonight is a problem, is an absolute problem. And look, there are twists and turns, and if City go on a bad run and Arsenal go on a bad run, Liverpool could turn it round. However, I just don't think these Liverpool players have got the minerals up here to deliver. We knew that Firmino, Salah, and Mane as a collective would. We haven't seen these players in a title race. We haven't, not as a collective. And together, they are not good enough. They're not good enough to win the title. I thought that mentality would be instilled in them. It simply isn't. But you may have a difference of opinion. I'd love to get your thoughts and feelings on that. And Liverpool fans, I need to hear from you tonight in the comments section. I want to know what's going through your mind. Let's go to some of the comments that are coming through here. First one says, they've won it before. They have experience. Liverpool's league title was not a race. This new team doesn't have experience, especially in midfield. Well, they've got a lot of players that have been in title races, and I really felt as though Liverpool would be in this until the end. And I'm not even sure we're going to get into the last 2 games and Liverpool are going to be within a shout of winning this. Not with the way they're performing, not with the way they're lacking goals. And you look here, just look at the run of form. They beat Sheffield United, yes, 3-1. You know, that draw with Man United, that defeat to Crystal Palace, that loss to Everton, it just isn't good enough. Arsenal have been slagged off in the last month. You actually just look at this now. Arsenal have been ridiculed. 4 wins and a loss. By the way, in that same period of time, in the last 5 games, 2 draws and 3 wins. Like, Arsenal have actually won the most games in the last 5 matches in the Premier League, but yet have had more criticism than Man City and Liverpool. I get why City don't have criticism because it's in their hands. But Liverpool's run of form and all of these defeats and draws are because their attackers have lacked that clinical edge under the pressure. Not been good enough at all. Twists and turns is what this guy says. Thank you very much. I thought we were the bottlers of April. Listen, if anyone, I wouldn't class any of the three as bottlers. That's my personal opinion. If anyone is the bottlers in April, it can only be Liverpool. It can only be Liverpool. I would say Liverpool are still in the race, but now they have to depend on City and Arsenal to mess up. What are the odds? Well, that's exactly it. The odds are slim because they need two teams to mess up. They need to be better than two sides now. That is a hell of a lot harder. Broken title rate finished is what Serim says. Big up yourself, my friend. Dice ball, baby. The ginger strikes back again. Thank you, Joshua Jack. United helping Everton whilst they help you. I mean, Sheffield United are going down anyway, but yes, it's better to take points off them. Everton fans still singing. Yeah, listen, they were loving it tonight because that pretty much, it doesn't mathematically make them safe if you scroll down. But if you look at it now, they're 8 points clear. Yeah, that means that they're going to have Luton are going to have to get 9 more points than them out of the last 4 games, which means Everton have basically got to lose 3 and draw 1, and Luton Town win all their games. So they are practically safe now. So yeah, no wonder they were celebrating a lot at the end. Wow, Man United really started Liverpool's downfall. Yeah, we did. And I think that's something we can be proud of this year. One of the very few things we can be proud of. Klopp going out on a whimper. We deserve to be mocked. That was embarrassing. Players should return their wages and play in the reserves. No fight. Disgraceful. Yeah, I think it probably is a big shame that Liverpool are going out, as you say, with such a whimper, with such ease, with no real character being demonstrated at all. None at all, really. Excuse me. Liver stool sample. Jurgen Flop and your horse, mate. We'll be walking alone to your new club, is what Lee says here. Lee is giving it. Expressionless here says a bit random, but when I mentioned light-skinned Carlton Banks with the mug on Arsenal stream, I was talking about Ches. Oh, okay. He was talking a lot when we lost to Bayern and went missing on the 5-0 spanking. I hear you on that. This here says Salah, Nunes, Diaz going back to the City game have missed 25 big chances, including 11 one-on-one since last scoring from open play. SNN not get out of my club. Yeah, listen, that is absolutely shocking. That is shocking. I didn't know that statistic. Woodsy, thank you for sharing it. That's amazing. Big up, Terry. Keep up the good work. Pull out of the race. Great performance from United. Love your content, by the way. Thank you, Shane. And I did think it was a good performance from Man United. I was actually happy with large parts. I just couldn't believe we were 2-1 down, but showed some heart, showed some character, played some good football, scored some really good goals. Listen, I said it already. I'm judging most games based on win, lose, or draw. We won. Happy. Do you know what I mean? And one thing I will say about Man United's game, create Rasmus chances, he scores. Do you know what I mean? Create him chances and he'll score. And we did tonight. We created a few. A couple were well blocked by Sheffield United. And then one falls to his feet. He puts it away. Happy. City are mentality monsters. They are. Welcome to the era of John Joe Shelby and Danny Ings. Liverpool scare me. Shameful is what Nabil says here. Oh, yeah, Liverpool were fantastic earlier on in the season. They were absolutely they were faultless for 2 or 3 months. They were petrifying. They just weren't this team now. They've fallen off, absolutely. But Liverpool were your original favourites to win the league, right, Terry? They were 5 points clear. They were. Liverpool were my first pick was City. I went to Liverpool when they went 5 points clear. So my first pick was City. And then I changed my mind to Liverpool when they were 5 points clear and flying, winning with injuries, winning with kids. I thought they'd go on to win the league from there. I didn't expect this collapse from Liverpool. This is why Ahmed needs to start every game. Yeah, he was very good when he came on. Really enjoyed Ahmed's performance tonight. He was very, very good indeed. Great shout. City have to play Spurs away. Crystal Palace. Come on, you Gooners. It's not over yet. You're right. Bruno, 23 GA, not bad from midfield. It was 23 before the game, Oral. It must be 25, 26 now after the assist and 2 goals, which is still an excellent season. But since he's been put out on the wing and dropping deep and he's been back playing off that striker, he's scoring and creating at a rate better than anybody else in the league. And that is what he's great at. And that is what he's great at, because if Bruno's scoring, he won't score every game. I know he's done that in these last 5 or 6 matches. But if he's theoretically scoring and assisting in most games, you've got a much better chance of winning football matches. Liverpool had 17 games. Sorry, have had 17 games from losing positions. They've done well to be this high in the league. I question the announcement of Klopp leaving also. Yeah, I know a lot of Liverpool fans did at the time, and some are still doing that now, so I hear you. Absolute corruption with this league. It's so obvious with the refs giving every decision the other way, with handballs versus Arsenal, Doku's kung fu kick. Today, again, we see the same so done with the Premier League. What Red Indian, as by your name, what decisions went against you? What decisions went against you? I mean, I didn't think there was any contentious decisions that didn't go your way today at all. I thought it was a very well refereed game. Well done, Everton. Now it's Spurs' turn to end their main rivals' title hopes on Sunday. Big up, Josh. Hope you're well, bro. I read the super chat before reading the name. Hope you're well. That game, listen, there's multiple reasons why I want Brighton to win tomorrow. But a Brighton win tomorrow makes the North London derby even more potent. Even more potent, because even if Brighton draw with them tomorrow, Arsenal will become the front runners again. Makes there even more pressure on that game. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for that to be a sizzler, mate. It's going to be a sizzler. It's going to be a sizzler. United +1 goal difference. If Ten Hag had a system, youth would gel easier. Bruv, I'm buzzing we got +1 goal difference, because it was minus for the game. I'm like, woo, we're +1. Loving it. Are we better without Rashford? We were today, and a few people said that without Rashford we are great. We were today. There's no doubt about it. We were better today, but we also were playing Sheffield United. Let's see a few games without Rashford before we make that typical mistake we do at United, where we play well without a player some people don't like for one game, and we say, see, it was all because of him. Because I've seen him out of the team this year and I dropped stinkers as well. So I'm not going to say it's because he was gone. It was just a better performance. I mean, we could be really shameless and say the better performance tonight was all because Jason Wilcock has made the team change the way it plays. I didn't see too much difference tonight, to be fair, but there we go. Congratulations to Ethan Wheatley, 250th Academy graduate debut for Man United. Yeah, that's amazing. And he was so close to scoring. Bruno cut it across. I would have loved that to have gone in. I'm speechless at Liverpool's result. Happy, but speechless. You've got to expand on that. I don't know what you mean. No 20 for Liverpool. That's a win for every United fan. Arsenal's title, no 4-peat for City. Listen, I'm not writing City off right now. You can't write City off. They're the front runners. United was garbage today. So I don't think we were that bad. I know we conceded a weak goal. I thought we were all right. Happy enough with that, with where we are in the world right now. Happy for you boys tonight, till you twerk for us, so I twerk for you. I love it. Congrats to us on pissing away another title, is what Nigel Jones says. Yeah, very true. Very true. Going for 5th and they cup final, not a bad season. Well, it is based on the expectations at the beginning, if we're honest. But if we would have finished 6th or 5th and win the FA Cup, considering how bad we are, that would be such an embarrassment for our rivals. It really would. It really would. Plus, we're getting closer to being able to turn around to Don and say, do you still think you're better than Man United? I'm in that little, like, smallest dwarf competition at the minute with Don. And he is pretty small, to be fair, Don, when you meet him. Arsenal had last-minute winners last season around game week 26, 27, and the consensus was they are too emotional. Liverpool do it, and it's a sign of champions. They don't look like champion-like to me. It's good they don't right now. You're right. I don't know if you watched the first half or watching the United one. Ref was killing the game, giving away free kicks, which was clearly not led to what. No, I don't think the referee. I thought there were fouls. To be honest, I was watching both games, and obviously, if I don't watch something, I hear something, I'll look at the other screen. I didn't think the ref was cheating you at all. Come on, don't choke. You want City? Don't want City to win the Premier League. I mean, it's not on Arsenal not to choke. It's on City. But there we go. Terry, haven't seen you this happy in a long time. Man United played all right. We won. Like, honestly, I'm happy days. Huge shout out to my guy Terry, watching from the USA for 1.5 years now, and absolutely love what you do, bro. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that, Gio, you legend. And I thought Liverpool would win against Everton with ease, hence speechless. Oh, okay, but very, very happy with the result. Yeah, I thought they'd win tonight. But they didn't. Right, it's panel time. We've got a very, very good panel for you tonight. KJ's on. We've got Man Like G. We've got Rhino. We've got Dizy. We've got Husam is on the show with us. Judge Mo is here as well. And Strasbourg Steve, who ain't Strasbourg Steve tonight. He's Newcastle Steve, I would assume tonight. I get very confused with the amount of teams. You ever seen the film Split or Glass? That guy has got about 35 different personalities that live in one body. That's kind of like Steve with his football teams. I think that's all part of the Unbreakable series as well. Anyway, I digress. Let's bring the panel out now to have their say on the football series. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. I first, Sam, are you there, bro? Sam.
No.
Where are you? Where are you, Sam? G, I'll go to you first, G. A very disappointing night tonight for you lot.
What can I say? What can I say? Like, that was when you need to win a game in a title running and you put in that kind of performance, last Merseyside derby at Goodison Park, and you're in for the title, that's the kind of performance that you're putting in. I'm sorry, man. Like them kind of things can't really work. I'll be honest with you. Like it was just from minute one, Everton just looked like they were on it, and I think we had to head into the game understanding that Everton also need the points. By the way, it's not like they're just playing for nothing and they're just here for a good evening out and all of that kind of stuff. No, they're here to try and stay up this season, so they were gonna play with some type of vim. We played like a team who wrapped up the league 3 weeks ago. It was just poor from minute 1 to 90, bar like a few sprinkle bits in there. From goalkeeper to the attack, it was absolutely embarrassing. Like missed chances, defending at set pieces, but the thing that annoyed me the most about the game, not even the goals, because it was just the battle. You didn't even look like you wanted it, and that's what killed it the most. In midfield, poor. In attack, poor. Defense, Van Dijk, we say you're the best centre-back in the world. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect Calvert-Lewin, but he bullied 2 centre-backs. He bullied 2 centre-backs by himself with no help. Just by himself, he bullied 2 centre-backs. And we're going to sit here and, try and play this person's been out of form and, this, that, and the third. No, that cannot happen. Not in a title running. Not ever, to be honest, but definitely not in a title running. And that's the performance that you put in after the shit performances you put in for some of the season, but in the last 5-6 games. That's the level that you're going to put into a game like this, a Merseyside derby. Trent spamming crosses left, right, and center, like Hollywood football. And nobody wants to see that, bro. I don't want to see you doing all of that stuff. It's Curtis Jones in the middle, Scouser. This means more, all of that stuff, and that's the performance that you put in. Come on, man! That was embarrassing. It was just awful to watch. And as the minutes kept ticking by, even when Liverpool started to get like a tad bit of dominance, started having more possession and things like that, you weren't really confident. Like you had a bit of inevitability about it, just because you thought it's typical Liverpool. If they go and probably score 2 goals randomly out of nowhere, put the game out of sight, etc., etc. But even when Everton got through that, I'm looking around and I'm not even looking at the manager. I'm looking at the players and I'm saying, all right, this is where I need you guys to figure it out now. We call you guys some of the best players, in football right now. I need you guys just to figure it out. That's all I need you to do. Figure that out. The rest should just come. None of them could figure it out. The McAllisters, the Zabozalais, the Curtis Jones, again, the defenders, Robertson, Trent, literally everybody. It was awful to watch. That was an absolute shit show. Bearing in mind, we lost 2-0 It's not even like we lost 2-1. We got a customer. We lost 2-0 to Everton. Everton have been subpar this season, and they're not a really good team like that. Forget the points deduction and where they would be. Forget all of that. When you compare them to Liverpool, they're not that good of a team. But we made them look like they were like a proper good European challenging type of team today, or this evening, should I say? Sorry. So to be honest, Liverpool deserve to lose, and if the title, like, I'm not gonna sit here and do title talk or whatever, but if that's the nail in the coffin, even though I thought that was weeks ago, if that is the nail in the coffin, you fully deserve it, because you haven't deserved to win the Premier League based upon, especially these last few games when the going got tough. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. We're literally looking now, praying. By the way, not one team. We need 2 teams to mess up. Yeah, Liverpool can kiss goodbye to that and just pray that the summer just goes well.
I hear you, bro. Sam.
Yes, let me just speak. First of all, there's only one statement I disagree with everything that he said. He said Hollywood. That was not like watching Hollywood. That was watching like one of them gold digger YouTube videos that's so fake and acted. It's so bad. You could just tell it's genuinely fake as fuck. Hollywood's actually entertaining. This was crap today. This was fucking shit. The entirety of the Liverpool fan base, or the likes of myself and G, apologies for the shit that we have been warning about this whole season. Today, I done a show with the Wool himself, Tom Little, and he was like, the worst case scenario is we're only going to beat Everton by 2 goals. I actually said, I thought 1-1. I actually gave Liverpool too much credit when I said 1-1. We ended up losing this game. You know, there are people for God knows what reason still believe in this team. The reason why we lost the league is not the Klopp announcement. It's not none of that shit. It's because the players are not good enough. We have called this out all year long. We have spoken about this all year long. The scoreline was 0-0. Diaz misses a gilt-edged chance. Nunez misses a gilt-edged chance. Here we go. Watch it all over again. Rewind movie. Play the same movie over and over again. You know when you watch a series and it just becomes jarring because it's a repeat? Every episode is just a repeat. At this point, it's just boring. It's just boring. Hey, guys, Diaz missed a 1-on-1. Hey, guys, Nunez missed a 1-on-1. It's the same shit, game in, game out, and I've had enough of this crap. People, why aren't people asking for Nunez apologies now? They asked an apology in August when it was a goal against the Newcastle. Why aren't people asking for Diaz apology now? No, but Diaz was the best player on the pitch. Why? Because he dribbled past 3 players and then done what? Passed it back. Wow, mashallah. Best player on the pitch because he dribbled past. The one guy that I've been consistent about is that left back. Andy Robertson had 4 successful crosses out of 19. The first man merchant took how many crosses in a row, hit the first man every single fucking time, hit the first man. This guy cannot cross the road. There's no difference between Robertson this season and Kolasinac from 2019. It's the same shit I'm watching. I've had enough of this guy. Stop being sentimental towards players. Stop defending the players that are shit and crap that have let us down over and over again. It's time to move on. Robertson, see you later. Bye-bye. We need a new left back. Nunez, see you later. I ask people at the start of the season, Nunez is so funny. Haha, he misses a chance and he does this. Nunez. Will it be funny at the end of the season? No, it won't be. Will it be funny when Diaz does this shit at the end of the season? No, it won't be. This was the first game, just so people don't think I'm scapegoating. This is the first game where I thought all 11 players played like crap. I actually cannot defend a single one of those players on the entirety of the pitch. I cannot defend a single one of them. Every single one of them was absolutely crap. This was McAllister who have been on his side all year long. His worst performance of the whole year. And we deserve this. And the season was done. The season was finished against Manchester City when people came on here and gaslit the whole audience to think that's a good draw at home because we're still in it. And the season was over against Man United away from home when we could have been 7-0 up in the first half, missed all those chances. The season was over against Palace at home when we could have won 6-1, but we ended up losing 1-0 because our forwards couldn't hit a barn door. And the season's officially, if you would like, done today. Today it's official. Today it's official. The Arsenal fans have been annoying me since the morning because I've called the club boring. Yes, Arsenal are boring. Cry more. I don't care. You're not entertaining to watch. You just play pass left, pass right 500 times. I don't like to watch that shit. It's just my opinion. You get me? So Arsenal fans have been on to me all day long, but I don't care that the Arsenal fans are annoying. I still rather Arsenal win it over City, but now it's just business as usual. Liverpool, you get me? New era though, but we're going to be in good hands. It's the slot era now. So because now it's the Arnie slot era, we're in fantastically good hands. He plays incredible football, you get me? And I'm sure we have to give these players more and more chances to prove us right. So, yeah, they called me every name under the sun. They said, where's your chest? Where's your chest? Where's your chest? And yeah, now where are you? Where is my sorry Husam? Teach me ball. You know, today on my watch along, I counted. I got 27 apologies. 27 apologies written and in super chat forms. 27 apologies of people going like, Husam, sorry, I should have listened. Husam, sorry, I should have listened. They're sending me memes. They're sending me memes right now that I had to post. I'm posting this on social media. People are sending me memes to just learn. Guys, it's not about chest or any of these buzzwords. This team's not good enough. Full stop. And I wouldn't say we bottled it. We just don't have the quality necessary. And I'm supposed to look at today's game or all the other games and go like, it's all Mo Salah's fault. Send him to Saudi. He's shit and all this. So
nah, bro. You bottled it. You had a 5-point lead. You had a 5-point lead in the Premier League. If that was Arsenal, if that was Man City, if that was Man United, that was Spurs, if anyone had a 5-point lead in Premier League at that point, you would be called them.
No, not in game 22.
You had a game in hand.
Let's be honest. No. We're not going to do AJ. We're not going to do
game 22.
Game 22. Like, we're not talking like it's game 33, and you're like, well, you've got a 5-point lead, and you now. I'm not going to do. I agree to a certain degree, but we're not going to do game 22 with a team who's got a game in hand. Like, let's not do that kind of stuff.
I mean, side note.
And also, by the way, sorry, last sentence. I was the only one last season who actually said Arsenal didn't bottle it. Arsenal lost the league because Saliba was injured. I was the only one who said that. I didn't.
Side note. This Klopp farewell tour is going great, isn't it? This is wonderful stuff. This is didn't Trent post when you won the Carabao Cup that 1 out of 4 trophies done? Oh, this is magical.
This Klopp farewell tour is about as good as the Fire Festival. Do you know what I'm saying? It's going down about the same way. But Sam, was this you?
Now you gotta believe us. Now you gotta believe us. Now you gotta believe us. We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win. Harry, you have to tell the people the truth. That was when we were signing Caicedo. Caicedo never joined. You get me? Had we signed Caicedo, I still believe we would have won the league. Because
nobody's mentioned. No, G and Husam haven't mentioned Klopp yet. I'm being serious.
Speak about
Klopp.
No,
to be honest, I spoke this morning, bro. He's leaving the club in an absolutely shambolic. When Husam and G come here and say we need to change a lot of players, so he's really abandoning the project that he built. But nobody wants to talk about that. And I get that he has a very good place in Liverpool's fans' heart, but we're looking from outside. He's leaving your club. When you say 4 of your 5 forwards aren't good enough, and the 5th guy, which is Mohamed Salah, is about to leave and go to Saudi. So who's going to replace these guys? Did you watch Sabozlai today? I didn't know that he played in the first half. The guy was abysmal the first half, but he still played. I get that he works with the tools he had, but he had good players. Yes, you missed chances, but your defense is wide open. And I kept saying that you need to tighten the defense a little bit. It's too much of a risk of a ball, but nobody. I'm just gonna say this. Liverpool fans, you guys protect Klopp so much. And we have spoken about this. You guys pat the guy on the back a lot because he won you your first league title in 30s. Me and Rak, we go back and forth about this a lot of time. A lot of people looking from outside are saying, yes, he won 1 league title after 30 years, but he's abandoning the club now. But nobody wants to say that. When Husam, he is abandoning the club. He's abandoning in the market.
When you leave a job, are you abandoning the company?
So I can respond to that, Rak. Is he a legend? Is he a legend? Rak. I'm gonna ask you a question and you can respond. Rak. I'm gonna ask you a question and you can respond. Rak. I'm gonna ask you a question. Is he a legend or is he an employee of the club? If he's a legend, he has a responsibility to leave this club in a good place. If he's just an employee, we can sit here and say that, yes, he quit the job. If you build a project and you want to be attached to that project, you stay in the project until you leave it on its feet. Is he just an employee for Liverpool or he's your legend? Your legend doesn't leave you like this. Simple as that.
But then, unless you leave a successful team, by default, you're then abandoning the project. Fergie won the league, but then he left his club in a shambles, and that is taking a long time. Did he abandon the club? Did he abandon? I don't think he abandoned the club. He just came to his natural end. He decided that was the time for him to leave.
Hold on. I can respond. It's very simple. Go ahead, Greg. Finished? Okay, I'm going to tell you the difference. Sir Alex Ferguson left the club and he actually had a successor that he chose that he thought he was wrong, right? That assignment wasn't right. He got the assignment wrong. However, Jurgen Klopp, when he left, all of us and all the media saw that he had a talk and Alonso would be coming in, and he thought that Alonso would be the right guy. Alonso's not on the table. Amorim said no. Now you go to your third guy or fourth guy. There are talks of Gary O'Neill having an interview with Liverpool. What if Arne Slot doesn't go? Where is Liverpool going from here? Is it Gary O'Neill? Is it Thomas Frank? What if I'm being serious? What if Arne Slot tomorrow says, I'm not convinced, I want to stay, or he gets a better offer somewhere? You're left.
Mo, are you
Gary
blaming him
O'Neill
for the result or for not staying?
No, not the result today. Darwin Nunes, listen, Husam, for the result today, guys, for the result today, Husam, Darwin Nunes, Abozo, we know that a donkey in front of the goal. Mohamed Salah today flopped today, Mohamed Salah, in my opinion, because people, I know that, Husam, you don't like to blame Mohamed Salah, but he had two clear-cut chances. He should score. He created. But at the end, you're the superstar. It's not enough. My point is, if we're gonna say about Jurgen Klopp for the majority of the season, yes, you won a lot of games, but I said it to you, Husam. I said, when it's gonna go bad, it's gonna go bad, really bad. The 3-0 to Atalanta, the loss to Crystal Palace, and now look at you haven't lost to Everton since 2010. 2010, bro. That's what people told me. I think the guy have said, bro, Husam, I know that the performance today might be 50% on the players, but at the end, you said you don't care. You said you don't care. You're not going to win the league, right? But all you care about is the future of Liverpool Football Club, correct? Tell me about the future of Liverpool Football Club. Tell the people, tell the audience, what do you think the future is holding for Liverpool Football Club? That's what the people want to know, because you're someone who didn't believe you're going to win the league. So you're building for next season. Arne Slot? Is it Gary O'Neill? Who's coming in? Who's building your club? You said this morning, Husam, it's an uncalculated risk. Who left you in that mess? Tell the people. Is it the board? Is it the board that signed Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, that got Kwanzaa from the youth team, Conor Bradley, McAllister, right? Yes, you didn't get a DM. Okay, so what? One player you didn't get. Arsenal, at the same point. Hold on. Let me finish that last point. Last point. Rack, the last point. Jorian Timber, which is Arsenal built a lot of hopes, got injured in the beginning of the season, right? And look at where they are now. If someone takes
they built a lot of hopes. He played one game and got injured. Maybe he might have played 3 games and been a bench player for the rest of the season.
So you didn't get a DM, and McAllister turned to be an amazing player, and he had an amazing season. By the way, he had an amazing season.
Liverpool is looking really bad right now.
Okay, that's it. This is I want Husam, guys, answer this. No. Who left you in this mess?
To an extent, it has to be Klopp.
Go on, Ryan. Answer the question.
Hang on. Klopp, are you blaming? What, say that?
No. Look, in terms of everyone knows over the last 2
Don't
years,
go back. Don't go back.
The reason why Michael Edwards is left Liverpool at the start to begin with, Rax and all the Liverpool guys know this is because of the ego clashes with Klopp. Essentially, Klopp wanted to be a decision maker, stop trusting Edwards. So he's been making the decision, the transfers over the last 2 years or so, like the Diaz's, the Nunez's, the him and Pep Linders, the Gakpos, etc. Even the ones last summer, probably he's more involved than anyone else, alongside the bald guy Schmatka, whatever the hell his name is. So he's the one I think in terms of transfers and talent ID that I could blame. However, I do not believe Klopp is the reason why we haven't won the league this season. I just think the players aren't good enough and we're not ruthless enough in terms of the signings and the positions. I think had we signed a forward this season, I think had we signed a centre back this season, Liverpool would be in a considerably better position. Specifically someone who's clinical. That's why I wanted Ivan Toney in January. That's why I wanted all these players who could actually score goals, who could actually put the ball in the back of the net. That's the biggest problem that we have. So yeah, the problem is we're too sentimental. Nunez, Diaz, Robertson. Robertson came back in when Gomez was performing at best left back in the league level, walked right in. When Tsimikas was playing at best left back in the league level, he also walked right in. Tsimikas pocketed Foden and the Etihad, had an incredible performance. He got dropped as soon as Robertson's back. I feel like, there's certain loyalties in this team that's cost us as well. But for me, the main reason why we didn't win the league is the players. However, the future is looking bleak.
Yeah, I want to ask you, man, a question, because when it comes to your attack is one of the main reasons why you didn't win this game, and you can argue one of the main reasons why you're not going to win the league. But everyone cooks Nunez, and rightly so, and everyone gets onto Salah, because obviously it's Mo Salah is your best player. So obviously when he doesn't perform, people get onto him. But one guy that always, for me, he just gets away with foolishness is Diaz. Like, and I know he's had a tough personal year. Like, I understand that he went through a madness and he's come back and he had a decent few games, scored some goals. The storyline was beautiful. It was wonderful. But when you've needed him the most, he just doesn't show up. I remember when you guys signed him in January 2 seasons ago, 2 Januaries ago, where you guys signed him. He was being lauded as the best January signing ever made by any club in the Premier League. And where's that form gone since the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup double? What is Luis Diaz? What does he do? He runs, he cuts in, and makes the wrong decision all the time.
He dribbles. So he's
it's called JKJ. It's called flicks and tricks.
It's getting to a point now where I'm looking at it, it's like, yo, you gave him the number 7. You've lauded him as the replacement for Mane, and bruv,
nobody expected him to have that much of a dip in terms of output. Nobody expected that. I can't put that on anybody. I gotta be honest. You can't expect him to have that much of a dip in the output. Right, come on, guys. We have to be honest here. Yes, I get what you're saying, but they can't just sell him and expect that he's gonna have that much of a dip in the output. Like there were no signs. The guy was injured, came back, and he was good. Come on.
When players don't do things unexpected, you still call him out for it. What I'm saying is, Luis Diaz gets away with foolishness because when
he doesn't, KJ, we sit here. He gets slaughtered in the media from Liverpool. Come on,
where.
I'm going to talk to my guy. I'm going to talk to the guys. I talk to the guys I speak to. Roms, Husam, Rack, Mike Das. They sit and they always say, okay, this guy flicks and tricks, no output. This guy flicks and tricks, but Jota's injured. They all said that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think when it comes to output, the only players that we don't have a go at is Jota and Salah. That's it. And look, Mo hit the nail right in the head. He is literally flicks and tricks, and we haven't seen that for a very, very, very long time. And the fact that he does work hard, he runs around, he puts pressure on, it gets a get out for a jail free card from some Liverpool fans. And that is a big, big thing. And when we first signed him, I was like, look, we've got an incredibly gifted player, very good dribbler, very good skillful player. If Klopp can get him into a clinical finisher, it will be a big problem for the league. But that was a big if he could do it. And he just hasn't done it. He hasn't shown any clinical edge in his time at Porto. And we were just hoping that maybe Jurgen Klopp could do what he did with Sadio Mane and maybe what he's done with Mo Salah.
The first half of the season in Porto, the season we bought him, he had like 15 goals. So he was being clinical. But again, it's a step up. The Premier League for a top club is a different level. And he hasn't risen to that level. I think actually, I know people will say flicks and tricks. I think today he was reasonably effective. Certainly the best of our front three, but that's not saying much because there are other.
That's not difficult.
No, I know. I agree.
That's not difficult.
The great thing is the front three that has been so successful for us in the top era, where they all interchange, they all link up, they swap positions, they all have their own, at the same time, they all have their own unique characteristics. Right now, there's no fluency, no fluidity, no imagination to that. Like, you've gone from having not just a hard-working, but a very smart, very intelligent, self-sacrificing player. Probably Firmino. People will talk about, he wasn't the best in terms of goal scoring, but he gave us so much more. We've gone from that to like literally running in a straight line, Darwin Núñez, and a lot of people. Look, at the first season,
Rax as well, by the way.
That's right, though. He's right.
Rax is supposed to be positive, chat. By the way,
no. But the thing is, we saw it last season, and look, to be honest, at the start of the season, I said to a couple of guys, if we get a decent offer for him, I think we should consider it. If we don't, maybe we run it back, see if he improves. Maybe he does a Porto, but I didn't see anything last season that suggested that he was going to be able to make a telling contribution. And if anything, it's worse.
Salah should have left.
I want to throw this to Liverpool fans. What I feel like you've gone through is like a lot of teams do. You had a very, very good team but you had a front three that collectively were great together, but individually were all top class to world class. Replacing that is really hard. And it always, and especially as there's a finite amount of those players, and you kind of got all three of them before they were looked at as top class to world class. When they're at that level, I know Rack's done and Ram have done shows me for a long time. One of the things I said is that replacing them is going to cost you hundreds of millions of pounds, because the only way you're going to be satisfied is if you replace them with people that are world class. But who were the players generally in the world that were as good or better than Mane and Salah at their pomp? You're literally looking at people like Mbappe, and you couldn't get them. So there was always going to, unless you found that next best, that next gem that was a 50, 60 million pound guy that you could turn into a Mo Salah or a Mane, this was always likely to happen. It's like with Spurs. The likelihood of them getting another Harry Kane straight away, it's probably going to take them 20 years until they find someone else like that again. And so on and so forth.
Terry, on that point, Terry, and I just want to, there's one of the big criticisms I've had with this club is the proactiveness when it comes to the transfer window. It's been very, very poor, and not many people talk about it. The fact that we've had so many players that could have come for us directly from the likes of South America, and we have to pay like a premium around about 60 to 70 million pounds. I'm talking like we were linked. I remember me and KJ had a conversation back in the day about Lucas Paqueta. I thought Paquetá would be a great replacement for Firmino. And this was when he was at AC Milan before he was tearing up for Leon, and we was cost around about 50 to 60 million pounds. Like
honestly, every club's fan base does this, right? They'll pick out the few players who so-and-so said, oh, this guy will be brilliant. Then he goes to another club, and then, he suddenly is worth 100 million. But they also say that about a shitload of other players who disappear into obscurity. So you pick up a Paqueta.
But these are also players that Michael Edwards have also.
I do get that.
Forward, but certain people
Man United fans, as bad as we've been this year, Man United fans were gutted when Chelsea got Diaz, because he was linked to us. We're all like, "Ooh, he could be a good guy," and then he went to Chelsea, and now we're all sitting there and we're like, "Thank God we didn't get him." Look at Arsenal fans with Mahalo Mudryk. Do you know what I mean? They could have got Mahalo Mudryk. Do you know what I mean? It wouldn't be in the title race with him.
I mean, one thing we do have to talk about though is the Liverpool propaganda wheel that's been spinning, the generational shouts that we've been getting for years and years. Somebody has to bring this up. I hate to be the one to do it, but somebody has to talk about it. Klopp was getting compared with the Peps and the Sir Alexes maybe 3-4 years ago. But the fact of what Terry was saying, that it is so difficult to have your team at its peak, tear it down, rebuild it, get it back to its peak. That is what makes those generational guys. We can talk about it, we cannot talk about it. I'm just here to raise the facts. Now, we talk about the Virgil van Dijks with the Rio Ferdinands of the world with one League Cup, with one Prem. Yeah, I don't know, bro. We're talking about
you don't have to know. Virgil van Dijk is one of the best centre backs in the Premier League history.
We're talking about the Mo Salahs with the Thierry Henrys with one Prem. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
If you're talking about quality of player, those guys are all up there.
No, but it's a question.
You don't have to.
So then we can't.
Anyone who thinks that Van Dijk is not in a conversation with Rio Ferdinand and John Terry doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
But then we can't say that Alan Shearer is one of the greatest goal scorers in Premier League history because he's only won one league title.
Yo, he's there. He's in the convo. We can chat about it. But here's the problem. When we chat about it with Liverpool fans, it's no, he's the best, and that's it. You know what I mean? And there's no actual conversation.
Bias.
But equally,
man's in the backseat of the car. Man is in the backseat of the car.
Nah, I wouldn't even say that. No, I would say a minute. Van Dijk's not in the backseat of the car. Van Dijk is putting the bags in the boot and saying bye to the guys as they drive off in their legendary status. He's loading the car at the minute. You got Sol Campbell, you got John Terry, you got Rio, you got Stam, and you got Vidic. They're in there. Carvalho's in there. Yeah. We will allow. Do you know what we'll do? Now, do you know what we can give Van Dijk? Van Dijk can drop them to the airport. He can drive them to the airport and say bye. That's what he can do. I'm going to go to some super chats now because we are going to get onto United as well on this show. But the first super chat is for Rhino. It says, Rhino, who's getting cooked in the wok today, brother?
Hey, listen, man. I think there might be a bit of Scousers in the pot today, man. Because listen, I don't know if I was more happy with them losing or us winning. But
Them losing.
It's us losing.
That
Yeah,
just
we
shows
should.
how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen,
Yeah,
we're falling
exactly.
out. We are
Yeah,
so
falling
bad.
off hard.
That is how we.
You
It's the
remind me of me
Scousers,
10
man.
years
It's the
ago.
Scousers. Yeah, man. No, man. I was watching both games, obviously. Big up James as well. Big up you, James. But yeah, man. You know, it's funny because when they were losing 2-0, I'm just thinking, damn, there's no way we're gonna win and they're gonna lose. But it's gonna, you know, when Terry's always talking about the football gods, I'm just thinking, let me not get too excited that Liverpool's losing because they could come back and then we could lose as well. So yeah, man. If I had to give you an answer, James, I'll say, yeah, a little bit of Scousers in there still. A little bit of Scousers in there.
Yeah,
But,
I hear you on that. This here says Terry United season is obviously done. Will something change next season, or will it be the same old nonsense? I'm getting desperate. Don't get desperate. Things are definitely going to change at Man United next year. Just try and look. Night start tonight. The reason I'm smiling: 1, the Scousers lost. 2, Man United won a game of football. Bruno got a brace. Rasmus scored. Even Maguire. Listen, it just is what it is. I say to Man United fans, try and enjoy every game you can between now and the end of the season. And big change is coming. A change is going to come at Man United. I'm very, very excited about the future. It's going to be amazing. Nabil here says to Husam, Salam tons.
Salam tons.
Salam tons. Everton and Luton.
Salam means hello, tons.
I
A
know what
lot
that
of
means.
hellos.
Tons.
Hello.
Oh, hello tons, as in hello a lot. Is that what it
Yeah.
means?
Yes.
It's a bit of a weird thing to say, isn't it? That really doesn't really go together, does it? Do you know what I mean? That's a bit strange, Nabil. But thanks for the super chat, brother. Your
Nabil,
life,
you always get cooked by Terry regardless. That's the funny part.
bruv, even when I'm dead, I'll be able to cook this guy. Legitimately, from the grave, I'd get this guy. Your life depends on it. Nunes or Jackson, pick one. I'm going to throw that question to Sam.
I'm
if you have
dead.
to pick one, Sam, you have to pick one to save your
Where's the
life.
news?
One-on-one. Who are you picking?
Where's
I'm
the
dead
news?
is the answer.
I think what will happen is that I will see Jesus in the light and I will accept my fate and I will be dead. But yeah, listen, right now I just have to laugh through the pain because what can I say? What can I actually say? Like
Sam, answer the question, please. Sam.
I said I'd rather die. that's straight. That's straight what it is. Like I know we're gonna crush it on Nunes, and trust me, G knows, Rat knows this, Ram knows this. I've said this many times on the Football Terrace that I've given up with Nunes. I've tried to give him some grace, but at this point it's kind of like you're not getting any better. you're not getting any better. Actually, you got worse. You got worse than what we initially thought that you could actually do. Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you look at his misses, it's kind of like, what is going through your mind? Like, why did you choose that selection? Pause. But yeah, but I can't get onto him only. I have to get onto the whole attacking unit as well. Now, I do understand our defense, like Konate was poor today. McAllister didn't really have a good game. But I actually said this consistently since the Luton game, when we drew Luton 1-1 at their home ground. And I said this, there is something not right about our attacking unit. And that's when Jota didn't play that game because I think he was injured. But there's something not right about this attacking unit. Since then, in the back of my mind, I've always thought of this. If somebody like Jota gets injured, we are going to struggle. Now, I understand that Jota, he's also missed some chances, but he's our most clinical guy. Without him, Salah has been poor. He's done great for this club, and I always thank him for what he's done, but he's been poor this season, or the second half of the season when he's come back from AFCON. Diaz, great on the ball. No end product. Like, I cannot forgive him for not burying Man City at Anfield. Do you get what I'm saying? Nunes, the less said about him, the more I can actually be mentally sane. Because at this point now, if you're still supporting him, what demon is talking to you in your ear? Seriously, what demon? Tell me, so I can pray for you.
The demon of chaos, clearly.
It's
the chaos demon, bro.
With Gakpo now, Gakpo has at least been slightly good in the past few games. But really, truly, the level of Gakpo is not it. It's not it. So when I look back at it, and when we have an actual conversation about this, it's like you look at some of these players, and as I said to G, that some of these players ain't it. But then I have to blame someone, and I do have to blame Klopp, and I have to blame Klopp for the past 2 years of their transfer window that he's brought in these players. And what do we expect? Like, I remember when we played Crystal Palace, right? Endo had a poor performance. Actually, Endo, Terry, don't.
You see how he just trying to fade in a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Man went on a therapy session after one question.
No, because I need to get it all out. I need to get it all out. Right? But like Endo, he's actually overachieved for us this season, right? But against Crystal Palace, it looked like we got him for 15 million from Stuttgart. Oh wait, we actually did. Do you get what I'm saying? When there's certain players that come, that the lights are shining bright, like what do you actually expect them to do? What do you actually expect them to do? So again, I have to blame, because Klopp is the one that's actually got the most out of them, but who's got them in the team in the first place? It's been Klopp. So I do have to play in our transfer windows from the past 2 years. It's been abysmal. I'm not gonna lie, it's been abysmal. But yeah, like this team,
it's been amazing.
Everton, props to Everton. Props to Everton. You have to give props to them. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pathetic performance.
Yeah, I hear you, Sam. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I love seeing the pain. I'm not gonna lie to you, bruv. Red Indian here says, Terry, I consider you to be honest. Do you agree with me that Liverpool were robbed throughout the course of the season by refs taking it out on Klopp last year? So I believe that you have been denied a clear penalty against City. I believe you were denied a clear penalty against Arsenal for the handball by Odegaard. I also think City's second goal against you should have stood. So I called out the ones that went against you. I've called out the ones that have gone for you in games. But I don't believe there's any corruption for any team. I don't believe the FA or the PGMOL are trying to make one particular team win. I just think they're incompetent and they're poor at their jobs because everybody's been damaged by it, my friend. But I didn't think the ref was poor today, to be fair. Liverpool never won the Premier League. They've only won the COVID-19 league. It's not quite true though. They won the league before COVID hit. To be fair, they've never won a Premier League title race. That's the banter. That's the banter because it's true. You know what I mean? When Young came on, I was waiting for Liverpool to create one-on-ones with him and Salah, but it never came. I don't remember a single one. I can't believe Ashley Young. There's two things about Ashley Young that I find mad. He's a bit like Benjamin Button. He seems to just get younger and younger. Plus, that fucker I thought was bald for 15 years. Turns out he had hair the whole time. He's mad.
That's how insane he is.
Nah, fam. He went to Turkey, bro.
Maybe he did. But he was bald for so long. How much would have been left to reposition it? Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? Like it's a mad one.
That spray on thing.
The last time I super chatted, Rack told me Liverpool would finish above us. I think he's an Arsenal fan. He's called the Buff Gooner. Ooh, buffet.
We still might.
Keep your powder dry still is what he says.
Don't do
here.
that, Rax. Don't do that.
Sonny here says took Klopp 8 years to win the Premier League and Champions League, and everyone is calling him a legend. The pressure got to him. In 8 years, Arteta will achieve more. Just watch. Just my opinion. Liverpool won't compete.
Let me just say this to this guy. This is the problem with these Arsenal fans, right? This is why no one wants you to win the league. I hate City, the institution. I'm City public enemy number one. But then people like you make me want to punch the screen. This is the problem with you. When it comes to Arteta and Klopp, why do you compare the entirety of the 8-year period? Then in a period of his first 4 years, Klopp won a Champions League, a Premier League, and 2 other trophies. What has Arteta won? An FA Cup with Emery's team. So why do you compare the whole 8-year stint compared to the first 4 years of Klopp, basically? So let's look at the first 4 years versus the first 4 years with Liverpool's squad when Klopp first came being considerably worse than Arsenal's squad when Arteta first walked in. So that's the difference, bro. Let's just actually speak about this honestly. And also, he's the only one against Pep with a gold medal. And also, the reason why your super chat, another reason why
that's not true. That's not true.
One second.
That's not true.
Another reason why your super chat's dumb as well is because Pep might leave next season. So of course Arteta has a bigger chance of being successful. Who's the only one with a gold medal against Pep with a ready-made team? I'm not talking about Kolarov, KJ. I'm not talking about Kolarov playing left center.
You said the only one against Pep. No. That's not true, is it? That's
factually
incorrect.
Proper team, KJ.
I was going to quickly ask a shameless question. I was going to quickly ask a shameless question, and this is just to the panel and to the audience. In the Premier League tenure, what manager has won, or how many managers have won the Champions League and the Premier League in their Premier League tenure? Can anybody name how many?
Three.
Three.
Lovely. And who are those three?
Fergie, Pep, and
Fergie.
Well, no, I'm going to say it right. It's Fergie, Klopp, Pep. Fergie and twice.
I know that's another
I'm just putting it out there. Fergie. Like, because you two don't get to sit on that table with him just yet. You're behind him. Do you know what I mean? You're serving him his food. Actually, no, we'll get Spurs to fucking do that, eh? That's what we'll do. Spurs can serve the food. Let's just crack on with some already super chats here. Fergie won the league and left United when he was like 73. Equals left the club he didn't really leave it in a mess. We actually were pretty good. The mess was that the club let Moyes come in and do whatever he wanted. It's like if I leave my house tidy, but I leave my children in charge, when I come home, it'll be a mess. It's kind of like that, really. I can't believe the overreaction. I think the squad is good enough to compete. It's personally, for me, a mental block. Some players do need moving on as well, is what Sarim says. I agree. I think there's far more players in there that are good than bad. For all the people giving props to Klopp for making the most without a DM, should apologise to Arteta for not giving the same to Arteta to get Arsenal to have the best scoring team without a striker. Facts. It's fair. It's a fair point.
Well, to be fair, he did it last season anyways.
And they have a
striker last season. They scored goals.
Gabriel Jesus.
No, Jesus is a winger playing up front, bro.
He's a crap striker. That's what he is.
I hear that. United fans, I'm going to go to Rhino first on this. United did well tonight, didn't we?
Yeah, man. Sort of, man. Like, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer and just pop the win down too much, but honestly, like, it's just refreshing to have a win. And like I said in my match reaction, it's just a win that counts at this point, you know. I'm not really looking forward to anything towards the end of this season. You know, I don't think we're going to get this top 4/top 5 nonsense. I don't think we're going to win the FA Cup, but you know, the team did play well. I would say, like, you know, in terms of the goals that Sheffield scored, it was mainly obviously mistakes we made and just the general mentality, that poor mentality that Man United have anyway. But listen, man, the main thing for me at this point is just I'm upset with Ten Hag, man. He's spoilt my enjoyment of watching United as a club, you know. Like, I'll give the props, you know, he won, we got the 3 points, but like, you've done so much damage to me and probably a lot of us United fans. Like, do you know how painful it is to watch this club? Like, win, lose, or draw. We're watching this club. We're just thinking, as soon as we go 1-0 up, I said it in the group chat, as soon as we're winning, I was thinking, yeah, let's see how long this lead lasts for. Even when we're 4-2 up, I said 9 minutes. 9 minutes, here we go again. Like, and then we held on, you know. And obviously, you know, listen, it's the 3 points that count. I just want the season to end and big up my boy Rasmus.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but that game, it stunk of relegation. As in, like, our underlying stats visibly can be seen on the football pitch of why we are competing with Sheffield United, Burnley, and Luton, the way that we play football. I was watching this game, I was like, rah, like, we've played our best football that we've played all year, and it's against Sheffield United, and they still score 2 goals against us. They still go ahead against us at home. You know, it's just they make it so hard, because I was watching the game. I was like, you know what? Wilcox has got in their ear because they're playing possession football. They're doing all right, nice combinations, using the overlap. What more? You know what? I'm calm. I'm not gonna complain today. I'm just gonna wait for us to do our thing, and then go on the reaction and smile. And Lord behold, Onana goes back to pulls it back to the start of the season. Do not foolishness. And then another cutback, which we've been experiencing all flipping year. Almost had a deflected goal go in again. and it just missed.
Save the
So we're
post,
going to be
yeah.
3-2 down potentially with a deflected goal. And I was just like, you know what? I can't be happy. I can't be happy with this club because they just love doing this to us, taking everything away. A part of my soul leaves my body every time I watch us play. This is why I might sue Terry for flipping work bullying, because he makes me do this. He makes me do this.
I do. I actually spin him there and I hold his eyes open to watch it. I'm like, watch the game.
Have you ever seen what's it called? The Bird Box. That guy who opens people's eyes. That's Terry with Man United and me in it. But no, on a real though, like football aside, the way we play aside, Ten Hag aside, this squad has loads of players that aren't good enough. But when they play well, we at least should give them props. And Bruno Fernandes has been in some very good form, and this is the best game that he's had in months. Personally, it's the best game.
More GA than Odegaard. I'm just putting this on.
Listen, we all know Bruno's that GA guy, the GA merchant they call him. You know what I'm saying? You know he can do that. But like for the way that he played as well, like he stepped up. He scored an absolutely amazing goal with that weak foot. Took that penalty well, and he was just trying to make things happen, making runs in behind, which we haven't seen him do enough this season. People actually finding him slipping balls around the corner. So Bruno Fernandes today is the one that we got towards the start of his career at Man United, which is one where you're like, okay, we believe that you are the guy who will get us out of this situation, and we need to see more of that. And it doesn't help that he's been moved out of position all season, but as a captain, I still expect him to step up no matter what the situation is around him. And he hasn't done that enough this season, but you know what? Today, fair play. And I put massive respect on Harry Maguire this season as well. To have his captaincy stripped off him, to be memed throughout preseason and throughout the season, being memed and being mocked and all these different things. And he's come back and he's been one of our best players when he's playing. He's been professional. He's never complained. He's never like outed anyone or done anything. He's just doing his thing. So respect to him. He's not good enough for Man United. But if you want to play, he's not good enough to be at your club, at least be like Maguire and just get on with it. And
he wants to be good enough, right? He's trying to be.
Yeah, he's trying. He's genuinely trying. He does care about Man United. The way that he conducts himself, you got to say, fair play. It'd be easy to go on Twitter, go on Instagram, say this, say that, leak things out with your agent. And yes, we had some issues with his family towards the start of the season. But again, it was them trying to say he's trying really hard, not he's unhappy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like fair play to both of them, and hopefully next season can come and we see.
You had position-based football, like what you guys said, that the guy on the board. So you had position today against Sheffield.
And we did, and it was 80% in the first half. It was better. It was better.
And firstly, I'd like to say to what KJ was saying, you put me in that team. Guess what? I would try really hard to be good too. I would try my best to be a good player. I will give it everything I've got actually to be a good player. But if you're not, you're just not. So I don't think we can get into the back and forth about the sentimentality about how much people want it and blah, 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 blah. We have a whole host of players that need to get out of there. Bro, it's oh man, it's so good that we didn't lose, because if we at 1-0 and at 2-1, I was about to come on here and start going off, bro. I was writing a script actually. I needed to get everything I wanted to say written down just in case we did, but we didn't. I think. And the thing that upset me when we were...
My brother, it's Sheffield. Even we beat them. Come on, Deezy.
Wait, hold on.
Even we beat them like you're some
even we beat them, brother.
You must not be watching United this season. We got popped off the park by Bournemouth, G. We're in a different ballgame. But
hey, Bournemouth are a good
by the way, Man United could have lost the game today.
100%.
Easily.
People that I know that you were watching Liverpool game, Husam, and I was watching both games. Man United could have lost the game. Easy. By the way. But have lost the game 3-2.
The expected points versus
bro, they are playing at Old Trafford against Sheffield United, bro. What are you talking about? Listen, bro, Sheffield United have 13 points in the Premier League or something, right?
6 points away all season. What I'll say,
13 points.
I'll say this though. I think we did play some really good stuff. I could see what we were trying to do at least for large parts of the game. The overlaps were nice to see. Actually using the width. I don't want to see Garnacho on the wing ever again, on the left wing ever again. He was dusted, bro. I don't want to see that. Anthony, I'm still not sure what he is. We're gonna have to wait and see. I think maybe
what you
he
just
might.
said, but these you just said about sentimentality.
He might have. He might be a cup holder.
That
We don't
guy
know.
back to Brazil.
He might.
That's an agenda. Like, oh my god, you had an agenda. Like the same mouth you said something about Maguire, and then you say you need to give Anthony a chance.
No, I know. I didn't say we need to give him a chance. I said we need to see what he is. He could be a cup holder. I don't know what he is. He could be a paperweight. We don't know what he's gonna be.
You don't need to wait for that. You throw that in the bin, boy.
He could be the next Hannah Montana. We don't know. He could be anything he wants to be. Just not
said Hannah Montana.
just not the right winger for Man United. I'm seriously hoping that Ineos, Sir Jim, everybody involved is not considering keeping this guy, because here's my fear is that we go on a run of maybe winning like the next 3 out of however many games is left. We fluke an FA Cup and they decide to keep him. But then what's going to happen is we're going to realize by Christmas that this guy is nowhere near good enough. So we're essentially sacrificing next season because he'll be gone by Christmas, more or less. And then the season after that, whoever we do get, he's going to need a season to bed in. So that'll be 2 years down the drain of what needs to be a rebuilding process. I hope that they're watching this like this is not good enough. He needs to go, and they already know who they're.
He can be your Arteta, Dizy. He can be your Arteta. Arteta was a lot of people were out.
No. Eric Ten Hag is cooked, bro. He's cooked.
Honestly, I don't think he'll be here. I really don't. Not with what's being said. Not with the people that we've got in. I understand that the manager market isn't brilliant, but. You know, it's funny because Ches, the Chelsea fan, I haven't actually seen or heard from him for 24 hours. I don't know where he disappeared to, but he just messaged me saying, "You're really like confident about your rebuild type thing." And he said, "Oh, we will see." Yeah, I am confident about it. And I don't even know what I mean by that yet. I'll need to wait to see who comes in and the players we buy. But we've got really good football decision makers now at or coming into our football club, and that fills me with confidence that we will start to gradually get better. So there we go. I want to do some more of these super chats, guys, before the end of the show. Terry, you butchered my super chat. Oh, sorry, because I was mocking Klopp. You only read the first half. I'm so sorry, Ryan. He says, come on, you Toffees, United fan. Worst United in history, ruined the farewell. It is true. The worst Man United team in Premier League history begun the beginning of Liverpool's downfall. It's a thing of beauty. It's an absolute thing of beauty. Just a friendly reminder that Klopp has the lowest Premier League win percentage rate of all Premier League managers who have won it,
including Ranieri. Mad!
Wow, that's crazy. I haven't verified it, but right now we're going to keep it there. After Klopp leaves, watch how Liverpool go back to John Joe Shelby, Andy Carroll, Stuart Downing era. Done out here, but come on, you Gunners.
That'd be great.
Kish here says Mark Goldbridge said Højlund doesn't start for Liverpool. Even though he's out of form, I'm sure Liverpool will be top of the league if they had Haaland. Would you Liverpool fans would you boys sign Haaland if he was available?
Yes.
I mean,
of course,
yes,
of course, we'd be top.
He would say no to that.
This is one that not just Goldbridge has got wrong. Like all the people out there that go, ain't a League One player. If your club was getting him in the summer, you'd all be getting out the sock from under your bed and having a right little play. Do you know what I mean? They'd be having a right little play. Oh, mum, get me the juice. You straight on it, mate. Straight on it.
The juice. Then he'd do sitting. Haaland would bang at Liverpool. He'd score like.
I didn't mean juice. I meant lotion. I said juice. I meant lotion. You're right, I said juice. Something nobody would notice. Yeah. I'm just talking about those kind of people, not normal men like us. You know the ones I mean. Do you know what I mean? All right, darling, do you need me to get you a wet towel for your head afterwards? Cool you down? Like one of them ones. Yeah, I mean, it's who wouldn't want Rasmus Højlund? Sorry, Haaland. That you'd have Rasmus Højlund at Liverpool as well, to be fair. No more chest Liverpool fans. Walking the league when you were 5 points up is crazy. I remember Ram and Sam saying Arsenal players don't turn up. Nunez, the ghost. It's a sequel to Casper, isn't it?
Thank God he didn't mention me, Robert.
This is the Liverpool fans. Who would you prefer? Who would you prefer, Husam? Kai Havertz or Darwin Nunez? You can only have one.
Kai Havertz, obviously. Kai Havertz. I'm taking Eddie Nketiah over Nunez.
I think you guys should probably read Andy Carroll now's better than him, to be honest with you. Liverpool fans claim they have world-class players and Liverpool have none, but all I am hearing is excuses from the mentality monsters. You need King Kai. Thank you very much, bro. And Gunners on the rise after everyone thinks they're falling apart after the Europe exit, but the Scousers were on hold my beer vibes. Adios, Kloppy. Thank you very much, my bro, and glory, Man United. Shameless. Last time, this is a mad stat. The last time Everton beat Liverpool at Goodison Park, Arteta scored for Everton. Crazy. Before we end, Strasbourg Steve, Newcastle tonight. What happened? Thank you for letting us go back to 6th.
Yep, that was the whole thing. Yeah, because I was watching the Man United game on the side. I had Peacock. I had my computer on the side, switching tabs and stuff. But yeah, no, I was excited when Sheffield scored, and then they scored again, and I was like, man, maybe Sheffield United can get something. But about the Palace just bopped us off the park. From maybe we had 10 minutes of that game where we had some control. We got completely just destroyed. Bro, they had Barcelona shirts on, red and blue, man. So,
Steve, answer it. Are you sacking Eddie Howe?
Yeah, I want Mourinho. I've said this multiple times. I haven't backed off that claim. I haven't. Yes, because Newcastle, look, I need a trophy over the line because that's how we were, we're talking about Spurs when they had a really good team challenging for leagues. They had the FA Cup semifinal, lost to Chelsea and Champions League final, stuff like that. Look, when you get so close, you got to eventually just break through somehow. And I don't think Eddie Howe's that guy because it's just too back and forth. I love the fact that we have a great attack and that we put up numbers, but when it really counts in those moments, it's like defensively, it's not it really. Maybe next season if we keep him, I get it. If we have the Conference League, maybe we could do something there. But if we have a Mourinho in, I would feel more confident about possibly getting one of the domestic trophies over the line, or maybe the Conference League or something. But
are United guaranteed Europa League now that they made it to the final? Because City,
you have to win it.
I think you have to win it first.
You have to win it.
I think they don't hand it out to the second place team anymore, or it goes straight to the league. But it's crazy. Any team that finishes below Man United this season has to look at themselves because we're a team that is only just got back over having minus goal difference in April. We now have one after 33 games or 34 games. We have not scored more than 4 goals in 2 years in a game under Ten Hag. 4 is our maximum. We have relegation stats all over the flipping park. Our expected points have us 4th bottom in the Premier League. So any of you who finish below us, you need to look at
especially Chelsea. Oi, Don and Ches. Look, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Before you go, stay on the stream though. You're going to be redirected to Husam and Mo's new channel, which is called MHF. Go and check those boys out. They've got a podcast going live very, very soon. So go and check that out. Go support the guys over there. Thank you to all of the super chatters tonight. Everybody who's hit the like button. It means a great, great deal to us. It really, really does. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon.